Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for September. How you guys doing? I hope all is well. So Taurus, okay, we got some stuff to talk about, okay? We just do. We have a Mercury retrograding on the 10th, but also that full moon happening in Pisces on the 10th as well. And then of course by the end of the month we're dealing with a new moon in Libra. Mercury retrograde is actually the biggest part. It's in Libra and it will retrograde back into Virgo. But the thing is, overall, I'm really sensing a strong energy around you guys. And it's almost like your fixed energy, in a lot of ways. It always helps you just, to ride it out right until the end, because your fixed energy, it just gets you there. It's like a set mindset you have your mindset set on something and you're moving towards that. But I'm sensing this month be one of those months where it asks of you to be a little bit more flexible, because I'm sensing that there might be a situation in your life and surrounding you guys where you're just really fixating on a result you want to receive from it, or it just is a big thing that is kind of sort of in your energy, and it kind of affects all areas of your life. You might have other things really rising up, but just nothing really comes in because you're fixing, or your energy is so fixated on having that one thing, or that one, that one thing, or that one person to follow through on something that you've invested time and energy in, or you want things to just go that way. So, and it kind of is affecting other areas of your life, because nothing just gives you the feeling anymore that it used to, or that it should, because of that one thing. And it might be, it could be multiple things for a lot of you guys. I'm reading for a big collective. So but I'm sensing that that's an energy, is one of those lessons this month, and I'm sensing that you are definitely opening up. It could be through the portal of people who are close to you in a friendship based, like a friendship level. They could actually get you outside your comfort zone, and it actually opens up something within you, because I'm sensing it's a lot of subconsciousness, and like I said, it's a fixed your nature is a fixed sign. Of course you have other planets in your your chart, but overall it sometimes, like I said, could be very helpful. I'm sensing it could be in your way a little bit. So like I said, it might be people that invite you and stuff. Try and at least show up and give them an opportunity to open up some new portals and some new doors within you, so you can actually work with that and other things, routines and stuff like that. Adapting to like a new routine, like a Mercury retrograde routine, I sometimes call it, because when Mercury is in retrograde, obviously it happens a couple times a year. And maybe it's a perfect time to actually adapt a little bit of a different pace in your day-to-day routines. Sometimes we can get very frustrated. It all depends on which sign it is, what it connects to you, what areas. And for you guys, it's like your 6th house. So that is actually, the day-to-day routines and people and chores and pets and animals, and just overall how you show up in your day-to-day life. So look at that. You're starting up with the Ace of Wands, meaning that there's a lot of potential for something new to come in, but it's blocked because, once again, I already told you this was what I was sensing. The 5 of Cups, you focus on something and you can't. It's not a conscious choice. I'm not saying like, ooh, you're just choosing to feel this way about that thing or that person or that situation, and that's, you just like it that way. No, you don't. So I'm sensing like a big part of you is subconscious, because it's just sort of lingering, and it kind of just adds a filter over everything. And that's okay, because sometimes we do need those phases in order to gain lessons and perspective from it, but also coping mechanisms that come up. So I'm sensing that down the line you're able to take off this energy and actually look behind and going forward. So the universe is trying to send things your way this month in order to help you do that. There's help on its way. Okay, now if you're not feeling this way, 5 of Swords. I know It's a loop. So there might be a little bit of a... What's that? Here we have the Hierophant. That is you. Look at that. With the 7 of Cups. Yeah, okay. I'll just let them talk for a little bit because I have some things to say. I need one more card. There we go. All right. So, story is clear. In order to slay this dragon, you gotta trust in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. So it comes from a certain mindset and a belief. You gotta want to get out of this energy. You got to, at least want to feel differently or better, or that's where it starts. Even if you can't see the way out, even if you don't know how or what, where, who, when, it's about wanting to release it, wanting to see the beauty, wanting to look at the details of other things around you, wanting to be able to look at something and really feel it in your chest. So that's where you're working towards, because I'm sensing that you sometimes would just get comfortable with how something feels, and because it's everything, no matter how uncomfortable, it can become a comfort zone and it can become a coping mechanism. So I'm sensing that you are working your way back towards a more stable and grounded space, and from that place you are gaining the perspective of how to change things, and that you want to change things, and that you deserve to feel differently, and all of that will come from that space. So it is a work, but you first come back home. You first come back to your own centered self. This is not by forcing anything. This is not by bullying yourself to feel differently, see things differently, do things differently. It's almost like I'm just going to ground into my day-to-day things. It's where I'm going to focus upon. I'm going to try and integrate certain elements into my day-to-day life where it helps me at least ground, where I'm not so much up in my head space, or so much in the grief or in the loss or anything in that way. I'm moving, I'm at least just anchoring and centering myself. So I said, once again, the people around you will be of an important take up an important space in this cycle, because you have the trust on their ability to show you other things. That's what I'm seeing. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune, and she's blindfolded, and she has people around in order to show her the way, to guide her, and to keep her safe, basically. So what I'm seeing with the 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, you might have invested some time, energy into something that just, didn't really work out. And I'm sensing that once again, people around you will show up and fill in that energy that you may have been lacking when it comes to like recognition in work, or some of you may have been invested some type of money or some type of energy somewhere, and it kind of just left you out in the cold, meaning that from that space, like, you have to sort of lean on other people. Not lean in like, they have to carry you. It's more like, all right, when it comes to solutions, someone might have some solutions. But overall, I'm sensing if you're getting outside of this loop and just spend quality time with people you enjoy, that might surprise you, that might actually really funny, or have this thing they're doing, like, I don't know, rock climbing or something, and you just join them, and you find yourself not thinking about certain things for a couple of hours, and that feels good, and that becomes a couple of hours, becomes a couple of days, becomes a couple of weeks, becomes a couple of months. And so you're getting yourself that space back in order to build again, because it's about rebuilding the new. And it's really hard to build the new if you're so focused on what didn't work, and what you couldn't build, or what you couldn't get, or what you lost. So with the 10 of Cups and the Devil and the 4 of Pentacles, I am definitely sensing that what this phase is teaching you is to not try and create something in your mind, see something in your mind's eye, and then try and force everything in order to for it to become exactly that what you are, you just saw in your mind's eye, you set your mind on that, and that is what it has to become, exactly that. And you try anything and everything in your power to make sure that that is what it becomes. That is the fixed energy I was talking about. It's about being flexible, that if you have an inspired idea, to allow the universe to bring it to your door in the way it was supposed to, right? And it's about making you flexible, but also being open with your energy to something that might actually be way better than we in our mind's eye can see, or that we can imagine. So that's what I'm feeling, because with the Four of Pentacles and the Devil and Ten of Cups, you have this vision about a happy home or a happy life or a happy ending, and has to be exactly that. Either it's a person it's connected to, it's a sort of level of income, if it's a certain job, it's a certain of house, and it has to be exactly this, that, and that, and has to hold this. It's just a lot, because what you're doing is that in order to get that, it feels like everything is a battle, right? And nothing just kind of sort of just comes and flows your way. And whatever comes and flows your way that was actually supposed to enter your life, you're like, no, because it's not this and it's not that. And I have my mindset that this is supposed to be like this and this and this, and 5 years this, 10 years that, 15 years this. And so it's not in alignment, so bye. And then you kind of miss out. And what you're finding yourself back in is like the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. So what I'm seeing is that you're learning through these experiences, Taurus. Okay, what else is coming up for my Taurus? Here we go. Beautiful, like a rainbow. The Empress is here. Look at that with Judgment. Oh yes. Because I kept hearing fertility issues. I was like, I don't want to make it personalized like that. But I'm definitely sensing that. And, I'm almost getting emotional, because for some of you, it really just finally happens. And it's just, with the Queen of Swords as well, it's like something made it happen for you. Like, I'm sensing like you have either like a grandmother or a ancestor who might be in your bloodline, but it could also be energetic, like past life energy. Someone is in your energy, and that person up there made it happen. So it's like you learned the lessons from the fertility issues. This is just not for all, but for some. You've learned the lessons, you integrated it. You learn to be flexible and to just allow it to come in divine timing, and still just doing the work that you're supposed to do, but allowing the result to come in when it's supposed to, and not getting down on yourself or putting yourself down because it hasn't worked yet. And like I said, someone's in your you basically your guides, and the group of guides you have, someone in that group actually was like, okay, up until here and no further, we're now gonna make it happen. This is enough is enough. We're going to do this now. And it happens. And it might not happen in September, but definitely what I'm sensing is that it could be in like 21 weeks or something like that, but it is now actually set in motion. So yeah, that's what I'm sensing, and I just wanted to lay it out because I'm just feeling that very strongly for you guys. And it could definitely be, fertility issues as a woman, man. It's a journey, especially if you want to. Here we have unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance the sacred rhythm of life. It's about getting in alignment with that rhythm of life. Here we have Master Jesus, we have forgiveness, and Green Tara. Also Isis, he says, magic manifestation. Your dreams, your visions and goals are becoming reality, and stay focused. Beautiful. There is an energy of love and forgiveness. You are being protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitations and trust. That's the cutting that happens. You see the Queen of Swords, because I was like, this is so sacred. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So it's like cords are being cut. You are being protected. Move beyond limitations, the limitations of the mind, and trust. So you are definitely getting back in alignment. You know, with the Hierophant here, you're moving back into that space, and from that space a lot of things will grow. Beautiful. Powerful reading for you guys this month, Taurus. So go with the flow and don't be too hard on yourself, but also just let things come and play out the way they're supposed to. You don't need to do anything in the outside world in order to force something to happen. Allow things to just happen the way they're supposed to. If something's supposed to leave your life, let it leave. If something's supposed to come in, allow it to come in the way it's supposed to. You know, because in the end of the day, it just clears the space for the people who are supposed to be very close around you and help you move forward. If you get overwhelmed by trying to find a solution, you're not meant to find it. It will come to you. You got to trust in that. And that by itself is a daily practice. Okay? Once again. All right. Taurus, have a beautiful month of September. I'll be back soon.